Are you coming off the cloud yet?
I am.
What do you see below you? The first thing.
Dirt. Ground.
Go and stand on the dirt and look around you. Describe what you see around you.
I see trees, like jungle-like trees.
What kind of plants do you see? Do you see any animals?
I see jaguars.
How many?
One.
One. And look at your body. Describe your body.
Light-skinned, brown. I'm a man.
Amen. Are you wearing anything on your body?
I'm wearing.
What's on your feet? Do you have feet?
My feet are in sandals.
And you wearing anything on your torso, your body?
I'm wearing a tunic
Okay.
with feathers on my body.
Do you have anything on your head?
I've got some sort of cloth around my forehead and head.
Is there any patterns or anything to it?
It looks red.
Are you young or old?
I'm young, middle aged.
Are you healthy?
I am healthy.
Okay. I want you to move along with the jaguar. What's happening?
We're walking side by side.
Are you holding anything on your hand?
Maybe a rod, a short rod, some sort.
As you're walking along the jungle with this jaguar, where are you headed?
We're strolling through kind of corridor in the jungle. There's pyramid like construction around, scattered in the jungle amongst the trees.
Okay.
Or temple tower type of.
Is it one pyramid? Are there multiple?
There's one that I can see.
There's one that you can see. And you and the jaguar, you're friends?
I think we are.
Okay. So he's your companion. Okay. So go ahead and walk towards the pyramid and tell me what you see around it.
I see more jungle and trees and vines.
Describe the pyramid. What kind of pyramid does it look like? Is it solid on the sides?
It's squared. It's made of stone, dark stone.
Is there a doorway or a walkway?
There is a doorway in the middle.
In the middle? And on the sides of the pyramid, is it, what does it look like?
Stepped at the bottom and then slants upwards.
All the way to the top?
To the top.
Okay. And the doorway in the center, go ahead and walk through the doorway and tell me what you see.
I see fire. In the middle of this entrance room.
Is it a big fire or a small fire?
It's about the height of a person, wood in it.
Is there anybody else around you?
There's a person by the fire.
Go ahead and walk up to that person. What does that person look like?
They're
Tall or short?
female.
Female.
About my height,
What is she wearing?
maybe a little taller. She's wearing bracelets and anklets, a lot of colors.
Call to her. What does she say to you?
She said, hey. I said, hey. She said, hey.
And what are you doing there? Ask her what she's doing there.
She says she's tending the fire.
Is there anything else around the temple or inside it? Why is the fire on?
I don't know.
Does she know? Can you ask her why is the fire on?
Warmth.
Warmth. Okay. And is there anything else inside the pyramid?
Walls.
No.
They're dirty, but they have designs on them.
What are the designs?
I see black figures, almost like animals and people, like cave drawings, almost like out of sit.
Okay. I want you to move forward into a very important time in this life where a big event happens. What do you see?
I see a big valley, a lot of people
Okay.
gathered.
And describe what they're doing.
They're standing there preparing for something or ready to listen to something.
Okay. And where are you?
I'm looking down at the valley.
From where?
I'm on top.
On top of what?
I'm on top of a stone construction on the the back of the valley, the top of the hill.
Okay. And what do you see happening down in the valley that everybody's waiting for? Where are they looking? Where is the people looking? What are they looking at?
They're all looking away from me towards something on the other end.
And what's on the other end?
It's almost like an amphitheater, the stage.
And describe what the stage looks like.
Semicircle, facing the crowd. Bare, almost like a pedestal. There's a person there.
Describe what the person's wearing. What do they look like?
I see a headdress.
Describe the headdress.
White, mostly white, with some black feathers.
Is it a man or a woman?
He's a man.
Old or young?
He looks like 40s, black, short beard, black hair, brown skin.
And what is he saying to the audience?
He says, "Listen."
What else does he say? What is his message?
He says, "You were not here for
They're not here for what? What are they not here for?
I can't tell."
Is there anybody else that comes on the stage with him?
There's another woman.
And what does she look like?
About his age, same height. Seems tall to me. Also dressed, headdress.
What does her
Colors.
headdress look like?
see red and green streaks, like streaks of fabric through her hair, on her head.
Okay. And did she say anything to the audience?
No.
Okay. Let's walk down. Can you walk down to the audience?
Yes.
Go ahead and walk down to the audience and tell me what you see.
Crowds of people standing.
And ask one of the people in the crowd what is going on.
Says we're here to listen to a speech.
And what is the speech saying?
It seems dire, like a war or a battle or that we'll have to move.
And where is everybody going to move to avoid this war?
I just see into the jungle.
Into the jungle? Do you know the name of the tribe?
No, I see T and N and K.
TNK? Okay. Move. Do you know where you live? Let's move over to where you live and leave this scene. What are you seeing as you walk towards your home?
I see a hut, maybe circular, dirt and stone and straw vegetation on the top.
Okay. Go inside the hut and tell me what you see inside your hut.
Circular, one room, some cookware, pot, embers, dead fire underneath it.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the home with you? Do you see anybody else there?
No.
No. Okay. And let's get something to eat. What are you eating?
Fruit,
Okay.
an apple and a mango.
What a mango. Okay. I want you to move forward to another very important day in this life. One of the most important days. It's very eventful. Something big happened to you to change your life. Tell me what you see.
See. A blade or a streak of silver colored streak.
And who is holding this blade?
Somebody else, not a man.
And what is he doing with it?
He's showing it to me.
And why is he showing it to you?
think he wants to give it to me.
Okay. Describe what the blade looks like.
It's long. He's holding it horizontal. It's double-sided. It looks like it's made of steel or similar colored metal.
Are there any markings?
There's markings along the middle of it, up the blade.
What does it look like?
Black lines like swirls and curls, almost like a vine from the bottom to the near the top of the blade.
Okay. Go ahead and take the blade from him. Does he say anything to you?
He said, "Good luck."
Good luck on what?
He says, "The fight."
Okay. Is there anybody else around?
No, it's just me and him.
Okay. So you're taking the blade from him, and what is his relation to you?
Village. There's a respected man in the village, maybe an elder.
Okay. This is an elder. Okay. I want you to move forward to another very important day in this life. A pivotal point in your life. One that you're never going to forget. What do you see? Something has happened to you in this life. What is happening?
Unrest. I just get a sense of unrest. Like something's about to happen.
And what are you waiting for?
I feel like it's going to be a battle.
Is there anybody else around you?
There's people in the village. They seem nervous or whispering or reserved.
Okay. And are you the only one that's holding a weapon? Waiting for something to come?
There are others. Are horns, sharp horns, and not daggers and knives. But everybody's sheathed or more relaxed.
Okay. And where are you standing? What's around you?
I see a lot of huts, like I'm in a little cul-de-sac or living quarters where a lot
Okay.
of us live.
I want you to walk forward towards the thing that everybody's nervous about. And tell me what you see as you walk forward.
I see a wall.
What's the wall made of?
Gray, weathered stones. put together.
Okay. And what's on the other side of the wall?
Green.
Are there people or animals?
No, just pasture and then or grass, and shrubbery, and then trees, and that's tree line.
Okay. And so you're walking past the wall into the tree line. What is happening?
It's getting darker as I come into the trees.
Okay. Go deep into the trees.
Darker, colder.
Okay. I want you to move forward to the last day of your life. We've gone forward to the last day of your life that you're watching. And remember, you're in the pyramid of white light, so nothing can hurt you. You can explore anything. On your last day of your life, what is happening?
I'm old. I lived to become gray, and I'm being looked over,
By who?
cared for by a young woman, and a little child-age boy next to her.
Okay. And the boy, who's his mother?
The young woman is his mother.
And what's the relation of the young woman to you?
She says she's my daughter.
To your daughter? Okay. And what do you see around you? Describe the environment.
Simple living quarters. Another hut in the jungle. I'm next to the wall. I'm lying down on it like a cot.
Okay.
In the window.
Okay. Well, you can talk about your life, and what has happened has already happened, and you're on the other side of it. As you look at that lifetime, what did you learn from it?
I learned family, love, tribe, and the importance of taking action. Resisting or fighting when you have to.
Did the tribe win sovereignty in that war?
They did. They survived to keep living the same way they were living before.
Okay. And the other tribe that they were fighting, where did they come from?
I get north.
North? North of the jungle?
Yeah, north of us.
Okay.
Maybe far north.
Far north. Do you by any chance know the name of the tribe?
No.
Okay.
I get those same letters again.
What are the letters?
TKN.
TKN letters?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I.
TKNI.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back on the cloud and let's drift forward, leaving the person there to continue their own path. Now you can move forward or backward in time to any place that is appropriate in time and space. You can even go straight into the spirit world if you want to. So as you're floating on the white cloud and you're coming down, what do you see below you?
Water. Oceans. Water.
Okay. And is there anything of surrounding the water?
Maybe some distant islands or hills coming out of the water really far away.
Okay. And describe your body.
Young, youthful boy.
Youthful boy. Okay. And are you wearing anything on your body?
Wrist straps.
Okay.
Both wrists.
So go ahead and swim. Where are you swimming to?
Nowhere in particular. It's just ocean as far as I can see.
Okay. Go ahead and turn towards the land and go up to the land. Describe the land for me.
Green, light green colors, bright light green grasses, craggy rocks by the ocean's side.
Okay. I want you to walk towards where you live. What do you see?
I see round towers made of stone, shortish, couple stories tall.
Okay. So a tower a couple stories tall.
Yeah.
And this is where you live?
A cottage made of stones. The round towers are around the countryside, the landscape.
Okay. And what the towers, what do they do? What's their purpose?
You can see the stars.
To see the stars? Okay. And the cottage around there. Go ahead and walk inside the cottage. What do you see inside the home?
Wood floors, wood table, heavy. A lot of stuff inside. Food and parchments and cups. Cluttered.
And go ahead and sit down and have some food. What are you eating?
Stew, like a rabbit stew or something.
Okay. And who made the stew?
I made the stew.
You made the stew? And then is there anybody else that lives with you? Is there anybody in the home?
No.
Okay. What do you do all day?
I take care of the property and cook and read and hunt and collect things.
Okay. Are you still a little boy?
No, like in 20s.
Okay.
Young, youthful man.
And what happened to your family?
They're gone. I don't know what happened to them.
You don't know what happened to your family? So you lived there by yourself this whole time?
I've been by myself a long time.
Do you ever look for them? I want you to move forward into a very important day in this life, where a big event happened. Describe the event.
I'm putting something on a robe.
Describe what the robe looks like.
Red. It's very big and red and kind of heavy or fuzzy.
Are you putting anything on your head?
A circlet of some kind. Almost like a crown or a tiara. Some sort of circular metal rod or tube.
Okay. And is anybody around you?
In front of a mirror.
You're mayor?
By myself.
You're by yourself?
With them. There's a large mirror.
Oh, there's a large mirror. Okay. And where are you going?
I'm going to do something like a ritual or something symbolic.
Okay. So let's go to where you're going to do the ritual. How do you get there?
I walk.
You walk. Describe your journey to walking there.
Going down a path with unpaved but trodden, rocky, brown, dry kind of dirt colored grass on either side. And I'm walking and carrying a bag or a bundle of something.
What's inside the bag? Look inside the bag.
I see a cup and a coin, a large coin, like a bag of herbs or maybe garlic.
So you're at your destination. What's going on at the destination?
dusk, but bright-ish outside, maybe moonlight. Outside still there's trees and a clearing.
Do you see anybody else there? Nobody?
I'm by myself.
By yourself. Okay. I want you to move forward to a very important day. Another very important day in this life. One that you're never going to forget. Describe what you see. Do you see anything? Remember, you're in the pyramid of light. So nothing can hurt you.
I just brought back to my cottage.
Who brought you back to the cottage?
Me, myself. I'm at the cottage again.
And what's happening at the cottage?
It's lit inside and there's just still parchments and documents everywhere. Like I've been studying something or looking for something, maybe writing notes.
Go ahead and look at the parchment papers. What kind of notes or what are you doing there?
I can't make it out. The ink is in black. I'm researching, like, or reading herbs and herbalism and occult knowledge.
Okay. And what do you do with the knowledge?
I tinker or experiment or practice by myself.
And what do you practice?
Moon energies.
Moon
Do
energies.
something with moon and energies and the stones around where I live.
And what is your goal?
Writing something, correcting something, making something right
Okay.
or aligned.
And what are you trying to align?
Energies.
Energies. Okay. Do you study astrology? Is there anybody else that lives with you at this point?
I see a goat.
You see a goat? Okay. I want you to move forward to the very last day of your life. The very last day of your life. What do you see around you?
A lot of clutter. Warm amber color in the atmosphere. Fire well kept. And a lot of clutter.
Okay, so you acquired a lot of stuff. Are you still alone on your last day of your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe some animals.
Okay. So, I want whatever has happened, and now you're on the other side of it. As you look at the life that you just experienced, what did you learn from it?
Action. You have to take action.
Okay, so you have to take action in your life.
More than searching.
More than searching. So more action, less searching. Okay. And what do you think the purpose of that lifetime was for you?
Knowledge, to experience solitude and a space for fulfilling a desire of knowledge.
Okay. So you seek knowledge in that life. Now, I want you to get back on the cloud. And remember, you still have that pyramid of white lights all over your body. So you're protected and nothing can hurt you. You can go into the spirit world and explore that if you want to. Or you can get off the cloud and go to another lifetime. In the past or in the future. It doesn't matter. But when you find the appropriate time and place, I want you to get off the cloud and tell me what you see. Are you getting off the cloud?
I am.
And what do you see below you?
Giant castle-like complex.
Okay. Describe the castle.
A lot of red draped fabric around the walls and the inside. A lot of red and expansive spaces.
Okay. Is there anybody inside the castle?
Just me so far in this giant expansive room.
Okay. And go ahead and walk into the room. Is this where you live?
No.
Okay. What's inside the castle as you explore it?
Stairways and corridors. A whole lot of them opening up to wide spaces with more stairways and corridors.
Okay. And what is this castle for?
It's a center for
The center for what?
planning and mysteries and military and uh, politics, but it's been empty for a while.
Why is it empty?
It's been abandoned.
It's been abandoned. I want you to look at your body and describe to me what your body looks like.
White skinned arms. I'm wearing a long sleeve.
Long sleeves.
Long sleeves.
And are you a man or a woman?
Oh man.
Old or young?
Middle aged.
Do you feel healthy?
feel a little old.
You're a little old. Okay. And describe the clothing you're wearing. What kind of shoes do you wear? Do you wear shoes?
Boots.
Boots.
Bound with bindings.
Okay. And what are you wearing on your body?
Tight slacks and a big, kind of baggy, long sleeve shirt or tunic.
Okay. Do you have anything on your head?
No. I have straight, lighter colored hair, light brown.
Mm-hmm. Now I want you to walk towards where you live and leave the abandoned castle. As you walk towards where you live, describe your home.
2 floors, white walls, plaster walls, like multiple families share the building.
Okay. And do you live alone?
No,
Who else lives with you?
a woman and a child and a dog.
And the woman, who is she to you?
She's my
She's your what?
romantic interest.
She's your romantic interest? Who's the child? Who's the mom of the child?
She's the mom.
She's the mom. And who's the father of the child?
Another man.
Another man is the father of the child?
Yeah.
And where is the father right now?
He's not around.
Is he alive?
We haven't heard from him in a long time.
We haven't heard from him in a long time. A long time. And what do you do all day?
Travel a lot.
Where do you travel?
Castles and estates and across towns to other towns.
And what do you do in these other towns?
I check on things and I deliver messages.
Okay. And how do you get what reward do you get for doing all this?
I'm paid coins, enough to live on.
Okay. And I want you to move forward to another important day in your life. A day that a big event happened to you. What is happening in this big important day? Are you seeing something happening on this day?
I'm leaving.
Where are you leaving? Where are you going?
I'm leaving my house and I'm wearing fancier clothes.
Okay. And what's the clothes for?
Just for show.
To show what?
My position or job or status.
And who is you showing off to?
My boss.
Your boss.
I have to wear it for my job.
And what is your job?
Ambassador?
The ambassador?
Ambassador.
Describe your outfit.
Vertical stripes on my shirt. Maybe a dark color and a light color, black and white. A type of leather skirt. Long socks. And a big, like, bean bag type hat.
Beanbag type hat. Okay. And go to your boss. What is he saying to you? Where are you going?
He's sending me off on another to deliver a message.
Okay. And and where are you going to deliver this message?
A kingdom, and maybe a neighboring
Neighboring kingdom.
kingdom.
Okay. And what happened to your love interest and her son?
I left them at home.
You left them at home? Is there anybody else that lives in that home besides those two?
Not in our space, but the building. It's like a big apartment building or something. There's other families in other spaces.
Okay. Do you know the time frame? Like what time?
Hit 14 or 1500.
14 or 1500s? And where in the world is this place?
Europe or Sweden?
Europe or Sweden, the northern area? Okay. So you're going to another empire to deliver a message. And you've gone to the empire. Tell me about the empire that you're going to deliver a message to.
A big castle, not as decorated, with a moat around.
All right.
A lot of open space around it and some small huts, or village.
Okay. So go into the castle now, and you are there delivering the message. Who do you deliver the message to?
A man and a woman are married.
And what is the title of the couple?
Your Highness.
Your Highness. Okay. And what is the message that you deliver to them?
We're looking for help.
Why do they need to help you? Who's looking for help?
My boss is in some trouble.
And what is the title of your boss?
Sir.
Sir. Okay. And what kind of problems does your boss have that he needs help with from this empire?
Financial and because of corruption.
Okay. So there's been some corruption in your empire and they need some financial help from another empire?
I don't like my boss very much.
Why don't you like him?
He's corrupt and he's a fool.
What did he do?
Embezzled money.
Okay. And what does embezzling money do to the empire?
He doesn't care for his kingdom. He just lives
Okay.
for himself.
So what does the royal couple in the other kingdom say to you when you deliver the message that your sire needs financial help because he embezzled much of the income?
They know all about it, but they're not willing to help.
So they're not willing to help. Okay. I want you to move forward into another very important day in this life. One that has a very memorable event. What do you see today?
I see the woman's face.
Okay, who's the woman?
The woman that I live with.
Okay. And is she saying something to you?
No, we're just looking at each other.
Okay. And are you young or old?
'30s or '40s.
30s or 40s? Okay. And what is happening today?
We're spending the whole day together.
Okay.
Just her and I were alone, staring at each other.
Okay. What happened to the child?
He's out playing with family.
He's with family?
Other family.
Other family? Okay. I want you to move forward to the last day of your life. And you've gone forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime that you're watching. What is happening on your last day?
I'm riding a horse.
And where are you riding to? Where are you riding the horse to?
Another town.
Why are you riding to another town?
I'm in a hurry.
Why are you in a hurry? What are you running away from?
I don't know.
What's happening?
Rain, wind, unpleasant weather.
You're running away from an unpleasant lover?
Weather.
Weather.
Unpleasant weather.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm in a hurry. Something stressful.
Something stressful happened?
Or is happening.
It's happening. Where is it happening?
Behind me.
What is behind you?
Destruction that I need to tell somebody about.
Who is what are they destroying?
People's homes and their land and their property.
So you're on a horse. So you're on a horse to go seek help because there's destruction in your empire. Do you reach your destination?
Yes.
And what is the message that you give to your destination?
I deliver the news and say it's time to fight or run.
Okay. And then what happens?
I stay there at the walled-in town.
Okay. This is the same empire that you were at before?
No, this is different.
This is a different one? So do you end up living there?
No, I don't think I live much longer after that.
What happens to you? How do you die? Okay. As you get back on the cloud and you float away from the scene, leaving the person there to continue their own path, and you look at this lifetime, what did you learn about this life?
Love. Between a man and a woman.
You learned that love between a man and a woman, that's good for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think was the purpose of being a messenger in this lifetime?
To witness the way that the world works
To witness the way the world works
then.
back then? And how did the world work back then?
Through force and the boot and through fear and corruption.
Okay. Okay. So the world worked through fear and force and corruption. And that was the purpose of witnessing this lifetime. Okay. Now I want you to get back in the cloud, and we're going to leave these people to continue their journey. And we're going to move on to speak to your subconscious about what you witnessed. May I speak to Kyle's subconscious, please?
Yes.
I have permission to speak to Kyle's subconscious.
Yes.
I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the consciousness takes care of Kyle's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Kyle in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes he has ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know the subconscious could have brought forth many lifetimes for him to see today. You chose to bring forward the first lifetime, the one where he is a tribesman in a jungle area where there's a pyramid in his tribe. He had a family and a grandson. Why did you bring that lifetime for him to see? What was the significance?
To show the past. To show what helps make me.
And what makes him?
Experience.
Experience? And in the second lifetime, you brought forth for him to see that he was a lonely child who ended up being a lonely man living alone and studying astrology and the moon energy. And in this beachside college, he gained a lot of knowledge, but he was very lonely. What was the purpose of showing this to him? Why did you pick that?
I fulfilled that direction already to my desire's content.
So you already fulfilled and met what you needed out of seeking metaphysical studies so far?
Yes.
Or astrology? Okay. And then in the third lifetime that you brought forth for him to see, you showed that he was a North European kiltsman, a man wearing a kilt skirt, and that he was a messenger for a king or emperor who embezzled the fortunes of his kingdom. And he lived with his spouse and her son, who it didn't seem that he was married to. She was married to somebody else, but he was not around. So what was the point in showing him this life?
Simplicity, caring, love. A very personal love between the three of us. And contrasted with the tyranny of the day.
Okay. And in the first life, where he was a tribesman, he was married to a woman. Was the woman that he was married to and had a family and a grandchild from, the same girl that he met in the pyramid when he was young?
No.
No. So he married somebody else. Is the woman that he had a family with in the first lifetime as a tribesman, is it the same woman that he was with when he was a European kiltsman in the third lifetime?
No.
No, it's a different woman. Okay. Now, is there anything else that you want to explain to him about his lives that can help him in this lifetime?
Be free. Be open.
Be free and be open. Okay. He also has some questions for you that he would like answered about the current life that he's living now, to hopefully give him some clarity so that he can have the most enriching experience at this time. And a couple other questions that he has as well. The first question that he has for you is that his father, Robert and Marla, with his parents, has he had any past lives with both of his parents?
Yes.
And what past lives did he have with his father and his mother?
Father. Best friends, like brothers.
And which lifetime was that?
Warrior lifetime.
Oh,
Face paint. Camaraderie. We're both soldiers, like low levels.
and what and when what tribe was that?
White Celtic.
Oh, white Celtic tribe. So it's on what planet is it on?
Earth.
Earth. So white Celtic tribe on Earth. He was a fellow soldier. And what about the past lives that he had with his mother?
I don't see him.
He's never had a past life with his mother?
No.
Okay. And he is really curious about his ancestry. Can you tell him a little bit more about his ancestry? Did he have some kind of North European or Druid ancestry beyond what's been discussed?
A lot. Mixed.
Okay, a lot.
Mayan ancestry.
Oh, so he has Mayan ancestry? Okay. And that's from his mother's side?
Yes.
And he was very curious about the blood codes of his mother's ancestry, of her Honduras ancestry. What can you tell him about that?
Nature. Plants. Hard times. Difficult submerging within the self
Okay.
will show me.
Okay. And then he has two siblings. Is there anything that he should know about his siblings? He was curious about their past lives that he might have with them, or future lives.
Love them, they're a blessing.
They're a blessing? Okay. He also has some questions about some significant friends in his life. He wants to know what is the bond or the past life that he may have had with his best friends Austin, Dale, and Josh.
Friends. Soul friends.
They're his soul friends? So did they have past lives together, or they're friends from the spirit world?
No past lives.
No past lives. They're friends from the spirit world. And then he was curious. He really wants some answers about his ex-girlfriend that he was with for 8 years, Marley. Can you tell the significance of that relationship? Why do they still have a strong bond together, even though they never fully committed to getting married and having children together? What is the connection between the two of them?
Karmic entanglement. I get entanglement.
And who entangled them?
We did.
You entangled them. And what is your recommendation for how this relationship should move forward? Should he cut off his relationship to her and move on and allow her to move on, or are they still entangled?
Still entangled.
What is the recommendation for him to do with the relationship? Decide. And once he decides what to do, then he has to stick with it.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then if he decides to move on and pursue other relationships, should he cut her off his life?
Yes.
Yes. So if he decides to move forward and pursue another relationship 100% to the fullest, he needs to cut her off his life. Is that going to be good for her?
Yes.
It will help her. Okay. It will help her move forward?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. He also wants to know how can he improve on his relationship with his father and his mother.
Love and patience.
Okay. Have love and patience for them. And then the other thing also is that he really has a lot of talents, but he has a tendency to procrastinate, and he doesn't use his time very wisely. How can he use that to focus on a career path that he's going to really enjoy? He's really expressed that he can go any way as long as he's happy, but he has jumped around in his career path. Is there anything that insight you can give him about finding a focus? Travel. Where should we travel?
Islands. Europe. South America.
And what is he looking for in the travels that can help him with his career path?
Knowledge. Connection with people. Joy. Being present.
Okay. And is there any other recommendations that you have for helping him find a career path that he's going to enjoy besides traveling and being open to networking?
Right.
Write about it? Okay. And so he should write about his travels. Okay. Is there anything else that he should do to help make income through his travels?
Right. About your thoughts and philosophy and journey.
So write about philosophies and the journey and then communicate that to people?
Yes.
Okay. And how should he communicate it to people?
Right. Or one intimate one-on-one.
Like coaching?
Conversation.
Conversations with people. Okay. And then what else should he do? Besides travel and write?
Change.
What is
Leave. Move often.
move often and change? Okay. So he should go into travel or a travel journalist or travel writer.
Travel liver.
Travel liver. Okay. He also has some questions. And another thing is, as he's traveling, will he meet somebody that is going to be his partner for the rest of his life?
Yes.
He will meet somebody. Okay. And he wonders if he does move on and opens himself to meet somebody, will he also settle down with that person?
Yes.
He will settle down. Where will he end up settling down?
Alps.
In the Alps? Okay. Wonderful. So he should travel to Northern Europe, the Americas. He will meet somebody there through his journals and travels and advisory, and will eventually settle down somewhere in Northern Europe, maybe the Alps. Okay. So that's an option for him, but he has to decide if that's something that he wants to do.
Yes.
Okay. He also has some questions about his body. He has these cysts that permeate throughout his body along his meridians. And he wants to know, what is the purpose of these cysts on his body?
Teach.
To teach what?
Unblocking.
To teach unblocking? And what are the blockages that is bringing up these cysts?
Filth.
Filth? What is the filth?
Wrong thoughts. Bad living. Wrong action.
And what is the wrong thoughts and the wrong living and actions that he does that he needs to work on? What recommendations do you have about removing these blockages that cause these cysts all over his body?
Breathe. Embrace compassion. Let go.
Let go? What does he need to let go of?
hooks desires that hook into.
Hooks and desires. Okay, desires. And what kind of desires that does he have that hook into him that cause these cysts?
Chemical, blessed.
Chemical, less chemical. Okay. And do you have any recommendations on how he should live more healthy, and that would help treat and remove these cysts or diminish them?
Abstinence, fast, dive within.
Everything. Okay. Can you remove these cysts from his body?
Yes.
Please remove the cysts out of his body so that he can start with a brand new body, cyst free, and start working on the health recommendation that you gave him. Are you doing it now?
Starts in the mind.
It starts in the mind. Okay. So he needs to think that they are gone, and they will be gone.
Act right, live right, ease, flow.
Okay. The other thing he also has questions about is he says that he has poor impulse, which is that he doesn't really focus very well on things to start and finish anything. What recommendations do you have for him so that he can start and finish something all the way through?
Sit down, just start.
Okay. Just sit down and start. And just focus until you're done.
Just start.
Just start. Okay. So he needs to really just make decisions and then decide on them and move forward with them and start them.
Yeah.
Yes. And just keep going until the very end. Okay. And that will help him with his writing as well as he gets into this journey. Also, he has questions about relationships. He has a very hard time maintaining long-distance relationships. And he's a very easygoing guy and easy to get into a relationship with. But he really craves intimacy. What recommendations do you have for him about attracting people into his life that will stay within his intimate circle?
Let go. Let go first.
Let go of the people around him?
You can't receive with clenched hands.
Okay. So he needs to let them go. And then those that come back into his personal life, work with those people, but others let them go.
Let go of the old.
Let go of the
Embrace
old.
the new.
Okay, let go of the old, embrace the new. Wonderful. And that will help him with his travel career path.
Everything.
It will help him with everything. Okay. And then the other thing is he had a question about his smoking. He was concerned that his smoking might cause some negative health effects on him. What do you have to say about that?
Quit
Quit?
limiting yourself.
Oh, quit limiting yourself. Okay. And then the other thing that he also wants to know is he has some interesting questions about the travels that he went on as well. But before we get to some of these other questions, he really wants to see his grandmother Eleanor and his grandmother Marge again. Could you bring them forward so that he can see them? Are you bringing them forward?
Mind's eye.
In the mind's eye. And who is he seeing right now?
Eleanor.
And what is Eleanor saying?
She's smiling.
She's smiling at him. Does she have a message for him?
Love. Eternal.
Love eternal. And can she give him a big, big hug for his next journey in life?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's bring forward his other grandmother, Grandma Marge. Does he see Grandma Marge?
Yeah.
And what is she saying?
Selfless love.
She's saying selfless love. And is there any kind of symbol that he should look out for in his life that can remind him of the selfless love of Grandma Marge and the unconditional love of Grandma Eleanor? What symbols will they use to remind him of that?
Owls.
Owls? And is there anything else that they want him to know?
Unloved.
That you're loved? Okay. Now, go ahead and return his deceased grandmas back to where they were. And he has some questions for his subconscious that he would love to have answered. One is about his travels to Bosnia. He wants to know, is there anything that you would like to share regarding his experience in Bosnia? What was the significance of his trip there?
Awakening.
Awakening? Okay. And what does he need to know about astrology?
Keep at it.
Keep at it? Okay. The other thing also is that he wants to know, where did the moon come from?
Maldek.
The moon came from Maldek? And who in Maldek brought it here?
The destroyers.
Who were the destroyers?
Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki brought the moon here from Maldek? And what was the purpose of the moon to be here?
Control and regulation of the earth energies and control of people energies.
And what did they get out of regulation of the earth energy and control of the people? What's the benefit for them?
Energy and power.
Energy and power. And do they still have control?
No.
They don't have any control of the people or the energy of earth. And why don't they have control of the energy of the earth? What happened to earth?
She's kicked them off, jerked, awakened, energetically aroused.
Okay. So the earth's energy, the consciousness of the earth kicked them off her, and she's awakened. And where is she going?
Forward.
Forward to where?
The next next evolution.
She's going forward to the next evolution for her. And so where do the Anunnaki exist if she's moving forward?
Here
Here where?
in misery.
They exist here in misery? Is it in a separate existence than where the earth is going?
Underground.
Underground. So the Anunnaki go underground. Why can't they come up to the top of the earth?
Hiding.
They're in hiding? What are they afraid of?
People.
Why are they afraid of the people?
The people are realizing, and the people are mad. They're going to be mad.
Okay. What can people do to move forward into the higher energies with Earth and leave behind the Anunnaki who are afraid of them?
Live, love, and just be.
Okay, live, love, and be in a higher vibration. Okay. Also, he wants to know if there are any lifetimes that he had in Lemuria and in Atlantis. Do you have any lifetimes in Lemuria?
No.
Did he have any lifetimes in Atlantis?
No.
Okay. Are there any remnants in modern times now of Lemuria and of Atlantis on the earth?
Yes.
Where are those remnants?
In the blood codes.
In the blood codes? In the people?
In the people.
In the people. So the people, the ancestry, are the remnants of Lemuria and Atlantis civilization. Are there any pyramids or megaliths or structures that are remnants of those civilizations that still exist?
Many.
Many. Where in the world are they?
Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico,
Caribbean.
Caribbean,
Pacific.
Pacific,
South America.
South America. And will people find any more information, any more remnants of Atlantis and Lemuria?
Yes.
Yes.
A great prevailing.
There will be a great revealing. Okay. And how were pyramids of Giza made?
Floated.
They floated? The large pieces floated there?
Floated, yeah.
Yeah. And were they made by slave labor?
No.
They were not made by slave labor. How many people did it take to make these pyramids?
Couple dozen.
It took a couple of dozen people to float marble and construct the pyramids.
Yes.
Okay. And what is the purpose of the pyramids? What do they do?
Conduct energy.
What kind of energy?
Earth energy. Cosmic energy. Solar, galactic energy.
And what is the outcome that they were intended for?
Communication with each other and the divine.
Communication with who is each other?
Other planets.
Communication with other planets?
Yes.
Okay. So they send messages through these pyramids to other planets and to the divine.
And through themselves. themselves.
And through themselves. Okay. And what do the symbols in the Bosnian pyramids that he visited mean?
Directional engineering, direction of flow.
Okay. So they're instructions for how to engineer the pyramids.
Instructions for the flow of energy through the pyramids.
Oh, so the symbols inside the pyramid are instructions for the flow of energy inside the pyramid.
Yes.
Okay. How to use the pyramid, basically.
Yes.
Okay. So the symbols inside the Bosnian pyramids show how to flow the energy through the pyramids so that they can communicate with other planets and the divine and themselves using the earth energies that the pyramids are made above on.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now what about the Stargate in Bosnia? Is there a Stargate in Bosnia?
Yes.
There is. Where is the Stargate?
Pyramid of the Sun.
The Pyramid of the Sun has a Stargate. And where on the Pyramid of the Sun is the Stargate located at?
The base inside in the middle.
The base inside in the middle. And is it still active?
Yes, but it's been plugged.
How do you unplug the Stargate in the base inside the middle of the Bosnian Pyramid?
Excavate with time.
Excavate with time? Will people learn how to turn on the Stargate?
Yes.
And where does the Stargate go?
Other stargates in the solar system.
And what are some of the other Stargates in the solar system that the Stargate inside the Bosnian Pyramid connect to?
Mars,
Mars,
Saturn,
Saturn,
Mercury.
Mercury. What is on those planets that they have a Stargate?
Old construction.
Are there people there?
Saturn.
Saturn? So there's old construction in these Stargates. Is there anything else that's in these Stargates?
They're all over the Earth.
They're all over the Earth. Okay. And they all go to these planets in our solar system?
They match energetically with each planet.
Oh. So different Stargates match energetically with different planets that have the same Stargate.
Yes.
Do we also have Stargates on Earth that match energetically to other Stargates in other universes?
Other galaxies,
Other galaxies? And are those galaxies benevolent?
some.
Some? And which ones are not benevolent to humans?
Vega, Sirius.
Why shouldn't humans explore Vega and Sirius through those stargates? What would happen? There'll be conflict. So avoid those Stargates until much later date. Until they reach out to us peacefully. Okay. So what can people do if they get to the point that they're using these Stargates to initiate a friendly contact with other galaxies through these Stargates when they reactivate them?
Share openness and love.
Share openness and love. And they will reciprocate that. Can you name a couple other Stargates on Earth right now that are still active that we can explore?
Cuba, Japan.
Cuba, Japan. Where in Japan?
North Bay.
North Bay, Japan? Okay.
Northern coast.
The northern coast? Is it in the water or on land?
Water.
It's in water? How can people go into the Stargate in the water in North Bay, Japan?
They can't.
They can't. Okay. And what about the one in Cuba? Where is that?
Underwater.
It's underwater too? Is it an underwater pyramid? Complex. And are they going to be able to get into that one? Eventually. Okay. And is there any way that people can create their own Stargates using the Earth grids?
Using a body.
Using a body. And how do we use our body to create a portal to these other Stargates?
Through the heart.
Through the heart. And is it through the path of awakening and ascension?
It's part of it.
It's part of it. What is the other part?
Love, self-knowledge, unity.
Love, self-knowledge, unity. Okay. We're going to move beyond the Stargates and also ask, why did they bury Gobekli Tepe? What was the function of that temple?
Community.
Okay. And why did they bury it?
Hide the knowledge.
What was the knowledge?
Worldwide connections, community, world consciousness.
And how did it achieve world consciousness through Gobekli Tepe?
Meeting place.
It was a meeting place? Okay. Was there any portals in Gobekli Tepe?
No.
No, it's just a meeting place. Okay. Also, what was the purpose of the stone spheres and Stonehenge?
Energy, amplification, rectification.
And they
alignment.
Alignment. And they amplified and aligned to do what?
Fix the energy bodies, the chakras, set into alignment.
Okay. So they're meant to realign the energy bodies of what? Of people? Of the earth?
People.
Of people. So it's a healing place.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did they construct that?
Alloys, rare metals, intergalactic metals.
Okay. He also wants to know, what is mana or orbis, also known as monolithic, monotopic gold? What is that?
Energy medium.
It's an energy medium. And how do you use it?
Drink it or Put it on soil.
Drink it or put it on soil? Okay. And he has a little bit more questions and then we'll be done. So thank you. He wants to know who he is. What is he? Can you share with him anything about the dreams?
I will remember.
He will remember. He also has had some experiences with Michael. Can you share anything about that encounter with Michael? And what did he say?
Greeting, a message meant for the future.
And what was the message for the future?
Prepare for the message.
And how should people prepare for the message for the future?
Do the work.
Do the work. The inner work?
Yeah.
Okay. People should do inner work for the future. And what kind of future does Earth have?
Tumultuous.
Is it positive?
It will be.
It will be. Is it intergalactic or interstellar?
Yes. And cathartic.
And cathartic? Will people be using portals to travel? And stargates?
Merkabas.
Merkabas. They'll be using Merkabas. Okay. In themselves?
Yes.
They will be using the Merkabas in themselves to travel. Okay. Also, so the Merkabas in people themselves, when they activate the portals inside them, it will allow them to instantly manifest between one location and another.
If they want.
If they want. So they can geolocate to different planets if they want.
Yes.
Okay. Well, would there be any tools that they need to help them with? Or is it just their own consciousness?
Vibrational tools.
There'll be vibrational tools that could help. Okay. He also wants to understand his childhood nightmares. Can you say anything about the significance of those?
Training.
It's training for him. Okay. And then also, has he ever been, has he ever met or been in contact with his ancestors or loved one who's passed away?
Yes.
And who?
Many.
Many. Okay. Do you have any guidance for his spiritual advancement?
Do the work.
Do the work? Okay. And what was his plan for this incarnation?
Lead.
To what?
Lead.
To lead. And how will he lead?
Softly, by example.
He will lead by example. And are there any beliefs that hold him back?
Yes.
Like what?
Perceive weaknesses.
Perceived weaknesses. Okay. And then the last question he has is, can you share any insight about the spider experience that he had, the astral spiders?
You want.
You won. Okay. Lastly, it took a lot of courage for Kyle to come here today to do this exercise in consciousness and to help him out. Is there any last message that you want to give to him that will help him in his journey?
Now, rebirth. Breathe some time. But move forward.
Move forward. Breathe. It's now. Take time. Move forward. Can you give him a big hug and thank you for taking the pain out of his body and the cysts? Now I'm going to ask the subconscious to recede to where it belongs, with much love and thanks for the help and information it has given Kyle today. I know he is really going to appreciate it.